Buddhism's arrival in Japan was influenced by early contacts with neighboring regions, particularly Korea and China. The Korean kingdom of Beech, which had close cultural ties with China, played a pivotal role in the transmission of Buddhism to Japan. In the mid-6th century, King Song of Beech sent a diplomatic mission to the Japanese Yamato court. This mission, known as the Beech Mission or Beech Emissary, included Buddhist scriptures and statues as gifts. These artifacts introduced the Yamato court to the teachings and imagery of Buddhism, sparking curiosity and interest among the ruling elite. Prince Shotoku, a prominent figure in Japanese history, was deeply intrigued by Buddhism and became its leading proponent. He played a crucial role in the official adoption of Buddhism as a state religion in Japan. Prince Shotoku admired the moral and philosophical aspects of Buddhism, and he saw it as a means to establish a centralized government and promote cultural development. Under Prince Shotoku's influence, the Yamato court actively embraced Buddhism. Temples were constructed, and Buddhist rituals and practices were introduced. Prince Shotoku also compiled a set of moral guidelines called the 17-Article Constitution, which incorporated Buddhist principles and ethical teachings. State patronage was instrumental in the establishment and propagation of Buddhism in Japan. Emperor Shomu, in the early 8th century, further solidified Buddhism's position by implementing large-scale construction projects and establishing state-sponsored temples throughout the country. The state's support ensured the spread of Buddhism and the establishment of a robust monastic community in Japan. These early influences and the official adoption of Buddhism marked the beginning of a transformative era in Japanese history, as Buddhism became an integral part of the country's religious, cultural, and social fabric. After the initial adoption of Buddhism in Japan, various Buddhist schools and sects from China began to exert their influence and shape the development of Buddhism in the country. One significant school that emerged was Tendai Buddhism, founded by the monk Saicho in the 9th century. Tendai incorporated both Mahayana and esoteric Buddhist teachings and placed emphasis on the Lotus Sutra. Tendai temples, often located in serene mountain settings such as Mount Hai near Kyoto, became centers for religious study and practice. Another influential school was Shingon Buddhism, introduced to Japan by the monk Kukai, Kobo Daisher, in the 9th century. Shingon is an esoteric school of Buddhism, emphasizing the use of mantras, rituals, and visualization techniques to attain enlightenment. Kukai established the headquarters of Shingon Buddhism on Mount Koya, which remains a significant spiritual destination. During the development of Buddhism in Japan, new schools and sects emerged, each with its own unique teachings and practices. Pure Land Buddhism, Jodo, gained popularity among the common people, focusing on the practice of reciting the name of the Buddha Amida, with the aspiration to be reborn in the Pure Land. Zen Buddhism, known for its emphasis on direct experience and meditation, also had a profound impact on Japanese culture. Rinzai and Soto are the two main Zen sects in Japan, with Zen temples and monastic training centers scattered throughout the country. Zen aesthetics and practices have influenced various art forms, including calligraphy, tea ceremony, and garden design. These different Buddhist schools and sects contributed to the diversification and enrichment of Buddhism in Japan, offering practitioners a range of paths and practices to pursue enlightenment. Each school brought its unique teachings, rituals, and philosophies, further shaping the landscape of Japanese Buddhism. Buddhism played a significant role in shaping the ethos and values of the samurai warrior class in feudal Japan. The samurai, known for their martial skills and code of conduct known as Bushido, found in Buddhism a spiritual foundation that complemented their warrior path. Buddhism provided a philosophical framework that helped the samurai make sense of their existence and purpose. The belief in karma and the impermanence of life resonated with the samurai's understanding of the transitory nature of their own existence and the need to cultivate virtue and right action in the present moment. Zen Buddhism, in particular, held a special appeal for the samurai. Zen's emphasis on direct experience and the cultivation of mindfulness and presence aligned with the samurai's dedication to discipline training and being fully present in the heat of battle. Zen masters, known as Rashi, became influential spiritual guides for samurai warriors. They taught meditation techniques and imparted Zen wisdom, emphasizing the importance of mental clarity, focus, and spontaneity in the face of life's challenges. Zen practices became an integral part of samurai training. Sitting meditation, zazen, was incorporated into their daily routine, helping them develop mental calmness, concentration, and self-awareness. Through rigorous physical training and meditation, the samurai aimed to cultivate a state of no-mind, mushin, where actions flowed naturally and instinctively. Zen teachings also emphasized the importance of self-discipline, self-control, and the pursuit of enlightenment. The samurai sought to embody these qualities not only on the battlefield but also in their daily lives, adhering to a strict moral code and striving for self-improvement. Buddhist temples served as spiritual centers for the samurai, providing a space for contemplation, reflection, and seeking guidance. Many samurai established close ties with specific temples or Buddhist sects, becoming patrons and benefactors of the monastic community. Temples conducted rituals and ceremonies for the protection and well-being of the samurai. Before battles, prayers were offered for victory, courage, and the safety of warriors. In the aftermath of war, rituals were performed to honor the fallen and seek forgiveness for the taking of life. Buddhist rituals and practices played a significant role in wartime for the samurai. Before heading into battle, they often sought the blessings of Buddhist deities, such as Bishamonten, the guardian of warriors, or Fudomayu, the immovable wisdom king. The integration of Buddhism into the samurai's way of life helped foster a sense of discipline, moral grounding, and spiritual depth. In times of conflict and hardship, the samurai turned to Buddhism for solace and guidance. They found consolation in the teachings of impermanence, acceptance of death, and the pursuit of inner peace amid the chaos of war. The introduction of Buddhism to Japan had a profound impact on the religious landscape as it became intertwined with existing indigenous beliefs and practices, particularly Shinto. This blending of Buddhism and Shinto is known as Shinbutsu-shūgō. Shinbutsu-shūgō allowed for the coexistence and mutual influence of both religious traditions. Shinto kami, deities, were sometimes identified with Buddhist figures, and Buddhist temples were often built alongside Shinto shrines. This syncretic approach provided a unique religious experience for the Japanese people, who embraced elements of both Buddhism and Shinto in their spiritual practices. Buddhism had a significant impact on Japanese art, architecture, and literature. Buddhist temples and monasteries became centers of artistic production, patronizing the creation of statues, paintings, and sculptures. These works of art often depicted Buddhist figures, stories, and symbolic representations, contributing to the development of a distinct Buddhist aesthetic. Buddhism also influenced Japanese architectural styles. The construction of Buddhist temples and pagodas introduced new architectural techniques and designs, including the iconic multi-tiered pagoda structure. Temple complexes such as Horyoji and Todaiji showcased the architectural grandeur and artistic prowess inspired by Buddhist influences. The influence of Buddhism extended beyond the realms of art and literature and permeated Japanese society, bringing about changes in social structure and ethical values. Buddhist monastic communities provided opportunities for education and social mobility, allowing individuals from lower social classes to pursue a life of study and religious practice. Monasteries also served as centers of learning, contributing to the dissemination of knowledge and cultural refinement. Buddhist teachings emphasize compassion, morality, and the pursuit of enlightenment. These principles had a significant impact on Japanese ethical values, shaping the moral compass of individuals and society at large. Concepts such as karma, the cycle of birth and rebirth, and the pursuit of inner peace influenced the ethical norms and values of the Japanese people. Buddhism also played a role in the development of funeral and ancestor worship traditions in Japan. The belief in rebirth and the importance of honoring ancestors led to the establishment of rituals, memorial services, and the construction of family graves. These practices merged with existing Japanese customs, creating a distinctive approach to funeral rites and ancestor veneration. Overall, Buddhism's influence on Japanese society and culture was far-reaching, impacting artistic expressions, architectural styles, literary works, social structure, and ethical values. It became an integral part of the fabric of Japanese life, shaping the religious, artistic, and moral landscape of the country. If you find my video interesting, please comment below. Please subscribe to my channel for such interesting videos. Thank you.